There, Aquarius, Healing Grasshopper here to do your May reading very, very late. Um, I decided to do the May ones anyway. I was debating. I was like, should I just jump to June? But I decided to complete the Mays that I started uh, early in the month. So, really quickly, I haven't been as consistent lately because I haven't been feeling well. Um, I have chronic fatigue syndrome, and I've had it for many, many years, and it doesn't flare up all that often, but when it does, it's pretty debilitating. Um, so I had a flare up. I'm still somewhat in the flare up. I'm feeling better. Um, but just bear with me. Um, I'm not going to leave you, I promise. Um, I made a commitment with Spirit to to be in this and be supportive to uh, my fellow light workers. So I will not be going anywhere. Every now and then, though, life does happen. So I apologize. Anyway, I hope you guys have been well. I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Um, but here we go. We've got Two of Pentacles. So this is kind of, especially in the beginning of your reading here, this really shows you in your day-to-dayness with your kind of juggling tasks and keeping things moving in your life. Um, I don't feel like this depicts a specific like situation. I think this is just you maintaining in your life. But this card always brings an air of difficulty here because there's a tumultuous sea in the back here, but you on firm ground, able to deal with it accordingly and with skill. So it's like things are not easy in life right now, but you're dealing with them. Spirit is coming in here saying that you may be a little bit too engrossed in the physical plane here. Um, and the pentacles here depicting Earth. And it's like too engrossed in the day-to-dayness, um, which is not a bad thing, but it's like you need to connect with spirit too, which will ease some of this burden. There's a Five of Pentacles here. Yeah, you see? These two pentacles are flagging the High Priestess here. I mentioned the difficulty, right? Because my eyes were very fixated on this big wave over here. And it's almost as if this big wave is like zoomed in on and like projects this emotion, which is feeling overwhelmed, underwater, you know. Things are overwhelming and you've been left out in the coals in the in a blizzard with bare feet card here. Um, but this card also has the message that things are not as difficult as you are making them because you are very much focused on the negative here and you are missing what's rightfully there to utilize in life, which is spiritual sanctuary here that everyone has access to. But this is almost, this is like the same message that these two bring in one card here. Um, so this is very much a message that has been coming out for everyone um, in the recent months, where there is a call for balance between the physical plane and what's beyond the veil. And the other thing is that the veil is getting thinner and thinner for a reason. Um, because a lot of us are ready to see what's beyond the veil, but also because there is help being offered to us beyond the veil that wasn't necessarily available to us before, you know, like stronger help than we had before in the past. So this is very much shouting out at us like, here, it's here for you. The Fool. The Fool is about taking the leap towards something. This is about faith. There's something here that I'm trying to draw out with this. What I really feel between these two is like the energy, the action, the dynamics depicted in both cards. There's a lot of movement in both cards, um, which talks about energy. But it's like, is there an overexertion and a wasting of energy here that doesn't need to happen? That this energy needs to be directed in a better way. But that is going to need faith, right? This is kind of like, I don't have a really good analogy for you, but it's like you're doing your day-to-dayness and dredging along in your tried and true and what is familiar and comfortable for you, like say your 9 to 5 job. Um, but then there's, say, things with your kids that you have to pay attention to. There are many facets in your life that you have to, keeping balls up in the air. Um, but in the back of your mind and deep in your heart, you are yearning for a change in your life. But you're not going to bring about that change doing with those same old balls that you've had it up in the air before, right? That to get that change that you're craving, you're going to need to do something different. You're going to need to take a leap somewhere. Um, and that leap is not going to be a comfortable one. It's going, again, to require you to have faith. Um, 4 of Cups is in the center of your reading. Is you feeling disgruntled, which I am not surprised here. because we talked about the day-to-dayness, right? And you're like, you're tired. Um, and by the way, the Five of Pentacles does depict a level of fatigue as well. It's kind of despair, like, you know, I have nothing left in me and I'm being buried in the snow, you know? Um, but here is like, um, Spirit is trying to point you in a certain direction and offering you an opportunity. And because you're so exhausted and disgruntled, you're not able to see the opportunity for what it is. So here you are rejecting it. Um, but what is this cup offering you? Happiness. It's offering you a way out of this blizzard. Okay. Yeah, I was just about to. Let's get through the next four cards, and then we'll come back to what I think you need to do. I need two more, please. Okay, we got three. All of these are us, like this. Here, this one here. Okay, reversed. Ten of Wands is very much the same energy as the Two of Wands. This is, like I said, having all those balls up in the air. Um, and but what's important that this card brings to this reading is he is so encumbered with all of these wands that he doesn't see what's ahead of him. He doesn't see where he's going. He doesn't see um, any like alternate routes he could take. He does not see anything ahead of him. He's just so bogged down with what he's doing, which is something that it makes him feel helpless and overwhelmed when he's really on his way to his destination here. I'm sure you've heard this explanation a million times before. Um, but he's got so many wands here that there's a suggestion, number one, that he may not need to be lugging all of these wands, that there might be a better way. Um, there is very much a feeling of solitude here, especially with this diagonal line here. It's like, oh, I'm struggling all by myself, um, which is not true. Um, the Four of Wands here talks about a victory after some kind of task, celebration. It's almost as if this is what happens when he finally gets to this castle here. There's a banquet waiting for him here. Um, but hmm, this is a new one. I don't think I've ever had this specific interpretation before. But the Four of wands next to the Ten of Wands, it's almost as if, well, there's definitely an emphasis here that Spirit is pointing out here. The difference between the amount of wands here. You've got four wands here, but you've got 10 over here. It's like, really, do you need the 10 wands? And we said that before. Do you need all 10 wands to have your victory? Probably not. So, what does that mean in your real life? So many things. Number one, are you really working efficiently? Um, are there things that you can delegate, obviously? Um, or are you just so attached to the way you've been doing things because that's the way you've been doing them your whole life? But the thing is that as you're going along, there are more wands that are being added to your plate. It's like at some point something's got to give. Um, and what just came to mind was um, like a housekeeper, you know, like you have your 9 to 5, you have your kids, you have your uh maybe second job, and the business that you're trying to start, like things are building up like Tetris. But like really, the 5 hours or 10 hours or however many hours that you spend a week cleaning, um, yeah, would it cost you money to pay someone else to clean? Yes, but how much money are you making cleaning for 10 hours? That kind of thing. Like something has got to give. Yes, you're going to pay, I don't know how much money for someone to help you clean the house, but how much time are you gaining by paying for that? And how much is that time actually worth to you? Because if you're trying to start a new business, time is money, you know. So you know what I'm talking about. That's pretty much what this is saying here. That the success has been arrived at with the four wands, not 10. So keep that in mind, guys. And let's not forget, you guys are Aquarians. And you guys can be stubborn when it comes to just like you guys are air signs, but you can be stubborn just like the earth signs at times. Because you guys are ec- eccentrics and you really think differently outside of the box. And you can think somewhat like a Virgo and a Capricorn does. Like, it's easier for me just to do it myself. Instead of having to explain things to other people, to delegate. You know, I get that, Aquarius. Um, so okay, fine. Delegate the easy stuff. Delegate the stuff that you don't have to teach, like the cleaning. Um, you're gonna have to examine each task in your life and prioritize and like qualify what or quantify what each of the things are. Like, is this Aquarius specific or can anyone do it? You know? And I'm very sure that at least two of the tasks in these 10 tasks here can be delegated. Not reversed. 10 of Cups. Very important. I mean, 9 of Cups. Very important under the 10 of Cups here. Because this is emotional fulfillment after difficulty, right? Because These cups here are in a rainbow. Rainbow comes after a storm. Right now, you're in the storm up here, right? But Spirit is promising you, Annie, the sun will come out. I hear it very loud in my head right now, right? But the difference between these two cards is that there is an emphasis in the Nine of Cups on accomplishments. This depicts the emotional, what you're going to feel when the sun comes out, right? But this talks about what you have accomplished to get there. He is sitting proudly in front of these cups displayed on a dais. So it really depicts the fact that each one of these cups were not gifted to him. He earned every single one of these cups, and he is proud of them. And there is a feeling of euphoria that he gets from each one of these cups that can only come from one's own uh, efforts, exertion, right? So, yeah, I haven't forgotten. We're going to talk about what you need to do here. Reverse. Yeah, see. Here's more frustration you have here in the Seven of Pentacles. This is um this is you feeling like I've done everything I've done everything I can, and I'm not sure that I'm getting anywhere. This is very much the spinning your wheels type card. But what I just felt was, um, but again, it's like I feel like we're coming back to the same message. Like you're still bogged down in what you're doing and what you've always done and what you're comfortable and the method that you're comfortable with dealing with things. But it's kind of like, I don't mean to be insulting, guys, so bear with me. But you know how they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That's very much this. Like, you're expecting a certain result, but you don't really feel like it's coming to you. So why do you keep doing the same thing? Now, that is not a fundamental meaning of this card, though. Most of the time, this very much talks about um like being patient with your efforts and not a watch pot never boils. Um Having faith in your own efforts. But sometimes this card will bring the message of, okay, you don't feel like you're getting the results you want, so maybe you're right to stop the way you are and examine what you're doing. And in this message, absolutely, you should be examining your methods and what it is that you should be doing to get better results, right? And that's what I was getting to when we were up here. I started to say that. So let's talk about it now. It's easy. for you to just do one thing, guys. And this is the message that we started with here. Call out to spirit. And that's admittedly um, my message to the light workers that comes in different forms in my readings. A lot of the times we will be on our hamster wheel, because this is very much the hamster wheel here. Little breath on that hamster wheel and really focused on the hamster wheel, that we don't realize that we've got all of this assistance around us. Okay? That's what this is talking about here. That it's like, haven't you had enough already? You know, when you're um when you're tired enough, give us a call. We're waiting for you. You know, 1-888 call spirit, you know. Um but spirit is not going to jump out at you and shout at you. Spirit is very quiet and subtle and and infinitely patient. It's up to you, guys. Here's the sun here that is a promise of here, Annie, the sun will come out. But it's you that are putting yourself through this hamster wheel. You don't need to be exerting yourself so much. And this is what the Five of Pentacles message fundamentally is about. That this whole situation is self inflicted. These two are trudging through a blizzard barefoot because they refuse to see that there is an easier way right in front of them. Like they're standing right outside of the sanctuary, right? Which is you. So in this moment, um, Aquarius, I need for you to close your eyes and really let that relief wash over you. Like, I am not alone. There really is help for me out there. It hasn't occurred to me through all of this, but wow, it really is there. So now you have to ask, what can I be doing that'll make my life easier? And what is it, Spirit, that you have to offer me that is going to lead me in the direction that I want to go in? There won't be trumpets. There's not going to be a flash of light or a boom of thunder. But if you keep yourself in that mindset, you're going to see little by little that things are going to come to you, that cups are going to materialize out of nowhere. Like, wow, that's really a good idea. Oh, I didn't know about that, I don't know, um, cleaning service. Uh, that's not so expensive. Uh, oh, there's this free after school activity that I can take my kid to. Oh, look, there is uh, a business, um, like Chamber of Commerce or some kind of business networking that looks promising that can help me get my business off the ground. There's going to be little things that are going to come to you that's going to start to relieve this burden. Because I promise you, this is self inflicted, or at least it's self perpetuated. Okay, guys? Oh, do we have clarification advice? Sacred destiny? Yeah, my eyes went straight up to sacred destiny. One card. Okay, you have a sacred destiny coming. Hmm, oh, can't shuffle these. Gateway. This is important, Aquarius. Gateway is talking about you being a significant part, time in your life, right? This is about a crossroads. This is about an opportunity that you have to go in any direction that you please. It is a portal. And I've been talking about portals for the past 2 years, maybe three. The Earth split, the Great Ascension. I'm not the only person that you've heard this from. We discuss it in the metaphysical community, especially now. Um, veil is thinning. Things are shifting in our lives, and things can feel um, unnecessarily heavy. But that is just because there is a change, and there is um, this feels especially heavy because you're supposed to be letting some of it go to lighten your load to go in another direction. Okay. So that is the way you need to think that my life is about to change. How am I going to change with the tides? Okay, guys? Tell me how this resonates. Um, I look forward to hearing from all of you in the comment section. I answer every single comment with glee. It really makes my day to hear from my listeners, my viewers. Um, I am also asking you to help me out. Um, the algorithm is not very kind to small content creators like me, especially now. It's getting harder and harder for small content creators on YouTube, um, as opposed to maybe 10 years ago. Um, so I would appreciate if you did all the things, if you liked, subscribed, even, I don't know if you're getting a hype button for me. I don't think I qualify for a hype button, but all of the things. Share this channel with anyone whom you feel might enjoy or need this channel. Please don't gatekeep this channel. Don't keep it a secret. I can really use the exposure. So help me out, please. Um, but oh, it's also liking and subscribing, guys, costs you nothing. Really super quick gesture and really does help me out. Okay? Um, but commenting is really paramount for me. It really does a lot to uplift me, to hear from you guys and engage with me. So we engage with you guys. So please do don't hold back. If you want to tell me how this resonates, you have any questions, you have suggestions, anything that you want me to include, or whatever it is, don't hold back. I will be answering every single one of you. Okay? Um, I will speak to all of you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.